Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bill. Today's video is going to be a video about my Wednesday online games. We took a break from the direct campaign for a couple of reasons I'm not going to go into in the video. And now, last Wednesday we had pretty much a holiday special. I prepared 3 quick adventures and we only got through 1, which is getting to be normal with this group, so I'm entertained either way. So with that said, this is the Thanksgiving adventure that doesn't have any influence on the campaign, but they got to use their characters from the campaign and have some fun with it. And it's treated like a Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors, so if they lose the character in this, it's not a big deal. If they succeed, they get a title they can add to their character. Whether they succeed or fail, they get 100 XP. So it's just for pretty much fun. They had 3 choices, and this was based on the different Thanksgiving turkey memes and creatures that they were being posted around the web. So the first one is the Great Gobbler, which is the 6-headed turkey. And the turkey is huge. So I, of course, just threw a Hydra stats on it and made it interesting and gave it the Pyro Hydra stats. So the adventure starts with a merchant or a bard, wears glasses, little overweight, has kind of a curly fro. He enters town, gathers the kids around, and begins telling a story. And the story's of the Great Gobbler. And then the party enters the campaign from there, this little adventure from there. And it's about this party that got to fight with the Great Gobbler. So it's a snow-covered forest, which is unusual for this time of year, like the snow was early. They have 2 missions to fulfill: steal an egg and kill the Great Gobbler. A group of corpses is encountered in the clearing. It's the second group that's also attempting to fulfill this mission. This group got a head start on the party. There's a charred tree nearby, charred pine tree. There were piercing wounds all over the bodies. And the last dying NPC describes the terrible beast and the awful gobble. The party follows the trail from here. They find a cave. There's a lake at the entrance of the cave. It's a really wide entrance. And then there's a big pond inside the pond or lake inside the cave entrance. There's a path that goes around the cave up to a higher level off to the left that the party has access from the entrance to climb straight up if they wish. DC was it was 10 feet high right there to get up to it. And DC, I think, was like 20 because it was a very smooth surface. Or they could go around the path, and then I think they had to make a balance DC or a climb DC of like 12. So it's nothing crazy. So they divide up into 2 at this point. Half of them hide around the entrance and stay around the entrance. The other half begin going up and around to the eggs. About the time they make it to the eggs, the Great Gobbler enters. And it begins fighting and burning some of the party members with its breath weapon the first turn. If I'm not mistaken, it only took it a couple turns before it had its first fatality on the party. The party in the first round, or first couple of rounds, managed to do massive amounts of damage to it, and then they hit it with a fear effect, and it runs away. Surprisingly. By the time it returns, it has mostly healed, and its breath weapon is back. So it begins again with its breath weapon and terrorizing the party. The party the half of the party that's after the egg stumbles around with what to do. So they toss one egg at the lake, and they managed to throw it at the deeper part of the lake, so the egg didn't smash on the ground as soon as they tossed it. And then the other egg, they made a harness and pretty much carried it like a backpack or a big old bag on them. The person with the harness falls into the lake on their way back around. And I don't think he took a lot of damage, but he ended up cracking that egg in the process. So now they're trying to figure out how to get the egg out of the lake, which they do. It's just that was their next thing they had to do. So they eventually get that egg out. When they get that egg out and get to shore, they make a run for it. 2 party members total went down in this fight, which surprised me. I figured more would have died faster, but hey, it is what it is. The druid uses entangle and actually catches the hydra, and the druid used a rose as the focus. So it was a thorny entangle. So it was enough to be interesting on the hydra. And by hydra, I mean the great gobbler. So the party makes a break for it, and by the time the great gobbler can move, the party has pretty much gotten away. The fumbling around and the crazy rolls made this adventure very entertaining. Next time we play, they get a choice between the turkey bear and the displurkey. So we will see what happens and what fun happens the next time. Once we get through all 3 of these, we'll get back to our regular campaign until I get a break of running. So until we meet again.